Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
What the fuck? I thought it was Mikey's drumsticks.
No. Dude, there's something wrong with the board.
You're not recording again?
Fuck.
No, hold on. Is it too many inputs at once?
Do you have more inputs than normal?
I was going to say.
Input.
Would you like my
All right.
input?
No.
Oh. It's never stopped me before.
I made you look.
Well, I hope you guys like this song, because you're going to hear it one more time. All right.
Are we sure?
I'm trying my best right now.
I need you to do better.
Do you want some of this to get
I know. Me too. All right. Everybody, 3 seconds.
How do you think we feel?
Finally!
You guys, that was a bit of an ordeal.
Yeah, it was.
Happy Friday, bitches.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hi, everybody. What you all didn't know that just happened is we had
Don't tell them.
I'm going to tell our listeners. They deserve to know.
Only the good ones.
We had a
You're all
three-peat.
good.
For them, they're all good.
Yes, we had a three-peat of trying to start that, but we're here now. We are good to go. And it is Friday, and it's Customer States Podcast, and we talk about everything in the automotive industry. Mike will repeat that like he does every episode, and let's go ahead and drink.
Ooh.
Glug. For a
That's
sec-
Eric, you
for,
guys.
for a second, that sounded like when the Keurig finishes brewing.
Yeah, right. You're not wrong.
I'm like, who's making coffee? So, my name's Jake. I am a service advisor, a glorified service
Punching bag.
punching bag.
Yeah.
I'm a fake service assistant service director. Yes,
You're a technician secretary.
I'm a technician secretary.
That's one of my favorite titles.
Yes. I'm a tool fetcher, whatever you'd like, but been doing it for almost 4 years or something like that. But still having fun. I'm still at the same place, and you're welcome, Alex. And to my left is Michael Sarah. And Mike, what's this podcast called? Since you always repeat it.
And what do we do in it?
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm a senior mass technician, shop foreman, and transmission technician.
Que milagro.
What does that mean? Translation.
Look it up.
I don't remember what it is.
Como se dice, repeat everything that I say.
Que milagro. What a miracle.
Que milagro.
Que
And
milagro.
to my left is the fantastically fabulous, the greatly gracious, the horribly horrific, the terribly terrific
Emphasis
Eric
on-
Montenegro.
The sexily shrieking.
Emphasis on
I-
whore.
Hello.
Hello.
That's me. I'm Eric Montenegro. Headline technician.
Hey, to be straight or to be no, sorry, sorry, no,
On
to
here.
be clear, to be clear, he is our whore.
Yes.
Yeah, so far.
I'm only a whore with you guys.
Yay.
And all the people that listen.
And all of our listeners. We love you guys.
Who are you?
Eric Montenegro, heavy-line technician, going on 5 years now. And to my left is the one and only, fabulously fair,
Tits McGee.
foxy yet forgiving, flawlessly flirtatious,
He's got a list.
fashionably fearless, funny and friendly,
Aw,
Allie Paul.
thank you. I now expect every week for you to come up with a list of next week is G.
Next week is G.
That was compliments of Daddy Vic, by the
Oh
way.
my gosh, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy Vic.
Hello, Daddy Vic.
Cheers to you, Daddy Vic. Everyone's favorite daddy.
We tip our heads to you.
Didn't specify which ones.
Yeah, so I'm Allie. I'm all those great F words.
All the
left out a
fantastic
couple of them.
F words. But, yeah.
I am a warranty administrator extraordinaire. I professionally do them for Volkswagen and Mazda.
Who are you,
Opposed
who
to
are you doing?
unprofessionally.
Well,
I hope you're not interviewing for a job right now because
just like Will Ferrell. What's the other guy from Grandma's Boy? I can't remember. John C. Reilly just like pops out in the back. Watch Grandma's Boy, you'll understand. Not Grandma's Boy.
No.
not grandma's boy.
Oh my gosh.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. And
They
you will
interview
know.
for the job. Same thing that It's Always Sunny did.
Every time I come, I produce a quart.
So good.
Can I watch?
No. Anyway,
Moving forward,
moving right along.
Are you calling her a cow? How dare you, Michael?
no.
Can
Maybe.
Can I pull your udders?
No. No one gets to. Sorry.
What can you see?
Well,
What can you see, Allie? What can you see, Allie?
You?
Oh, boy.
The microphone?
I can see my vehicle right
Thank
there.
you, Michael. Some of us read the board before we start.
Well, you said it like you put me on like, and I was so nervous.
So forward.
Before
with
we
it.
I was
move,
like immediately.
Before
like,
we move on.
She
anxious.
froze so fast.
don't forget she's a professional.
I'm not a professional.
She's
Get
a
yelled at her. Actually, that's
warranty.
not true.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah,
professional. Get yelled at her. I get yelled at all the time.
What? You know what, you guys? Like, people don't yell at me though. They
Well, that-
tell me like,
Sternly,
Are you hiring? I'd love a job where
I
get
will
yelled
not.
at.
I will not do that to you.
I'm pretty lucky about not being. I don't function well when people yell at me. I just shut down. So it's stupid to do that.
Because she has feelings, and it's much better not to have those.
What are
Does she
those?
know?
Well, some of us are humans.
Okay, moving on. You see your vehicle. What's it doing?
I can see it through the window right there.
So we all work at dealerships. With,
We do.
Where customers
Most
just
of
walk
us.
into the back whenever they feel like it.
Well, yes, that too. But we all work at dealerships, and the customer says like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up my white F-150." Like,
Here's a cookie.
okay, which one of the 17 that we have on our lot right now is it? Things like that. So we had a customer that came in that was a particularly, he was a very good customer of ours, but he, had a lot of vehicles, and he says
He's a fleet manager.
no, he's the owner of the company.
Oh,
in.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And nice guy, but he's bought a ton of vehicles from us and has a lot of vehicles in service at any given point in time. He owns like 2 different businesses, and he services all of his vehicles with us.
Owns a bunch of trucks.
So anyway, he's trying to pick up his vehicle, and lo and behold, we can't find the keys between the 4 different keyboards that we have. So
4 keyboards.
Yeah, we have 4 keyboards.
Wow.
So
Fancy.
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out like, where the keys are, talk to the customer, because I'm not involved with this in any way, shape, or form. I'm just purely in the middle of the service drive and trying to, corral this, customer. And then the customer says, well, there goes my van right there. And why are all these wires hanging out from underneath it? Why is the bumper missing? What happened to my vehicle? I'm like,
We're working on it.
Well, no. Yes, that would be a typical response that you would give to the customer.
Wow, typical.
But however, I said, sir, first of all, we can't guarantee that that's your vehicle. Well, I know it's a white, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, this is
No
a
other vehicles look like this.
This is the dealership. We have about 7 of those back there. That look exactly like yours. I didn't want to get in like.
So
do you
kindly and fuck yourself.
Yeah. Do you have distinguishing, features on it? Do you remember the license plate? I mean, and so lo and behold, it wasn't his vehicle. It happened to be a body shop vehicle that was being driven into the dealership.
My brother in Christ, we have 30 of these.
Seriously. And so then it comes, he's like, oh, I can't wait any longer for the keys. And he was waiting there for like, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. I mean, it didn't seem like very long. We had 3 people looking for the keys between the technicians, that worked on the vehicle, the support staff for the 4 different keyboards, the service advisor, the porters, all that kind of stuff. We were really trying. And he says, you know what, I'm tired of this. You guys are pulling a scam on me. I just saw my vehicle over there and there's wires hanging down from it and you guys are pulling. I said, sir, that's not your vehicle. Your vehicle's back in this other lot. We've already verified it by the VIN number. The thing that you saw was not your vehicle. It's just another white vehicle that looks like yours. We are trying to locate the keys for that vehicle. You lost my keys? No, we didn't lose the keys.
We just don't know where they are.
Yeah, well, that's... wait, hold on. Isn't that the definition of lost? Did I just contradict myself?
Indeed.
Next time you see that customer, you go, my good sir, please locate thine testicles and give them a pull.
Well, it's like when my stuff is not around me and Jake's like, oh, you lost it. I didn't lose it. I'm gonna find it. I just misplaced it.
So lo and behold, the customer and I exchanged some words in the service drive around other customers. And he storms off to his vehicle. And I go back to talk to the service manager who's also involved in this fray, trying to find these keys for this guy. Because we want to give him his vehicle back. He paid for the vehicle. We want to give him the vehicle back.
And you want to get rid of
locate
them.
the keys.
Yes.
But as the customer is pulling out of our lot, we find the keys, and I go literally running through the service drive after the customer and bang on the window. Sir, I'm telling you, we weren't trying to pull anything on you. We have the keys. You'll hear from my lawyer. I'm tired. The whole thing. It's just like,
I say good day.
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry here. And I kind of
What
said,
exactly is he suing for?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I'm like, so you're refusing to pick up the vehicle?
What is it called? Punitive
Punitive damages.
Punitive damages.
Yeah. Well,
Hi, I've watched Law and Order.
and
Judge Judy.
I asked him, I'm like, so you're refusing to pick up the vehicle at this point as I'm holding the keys in front of him,
Wait, what is he? Is he driving off in the vehicle that
He's driving off in the vehicle that he drove in to the dealership
I
and trying
see.
to pick up the other vehicle that he had there.
Okay.
I mean, just it was a crazy turn of events that 1 or 2 mistakes or mishaps led to a whole series of events because we had a hot-headed customer, and unfortunately it happened to this customer. But things like that happen at a big dealership. We have
Lemony Snickets.
four different keyboards and a bunch of different things.
Snickets.
Ooh, that's an
Very
unfortunate
nice.
series of events.
It is.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. I'll be here all week.
I sure hope so.
Witness marks.
Well, actually, I'm going to roll off of your story before the witness marks.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We're rolling.
So, speaking of the whole,
See me rolling.
it's a lemon and blah 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 and all that crap.
That is my favorite
So-
thing that customers drop. It's a lemon.
I had a cut, and this actually isn't on the board, but it popped into my head. Speaking of, Mike talking about, lemon, you'll hear from my lawyer, this, that, and the other thing. I had a customer who came in for regular service, and in the drive when I was writing up the car, they had mentioned that the car had a bit of a slow crank. So I told them, well, no problem. Part of your oil change is a battery test. That's part of the full circle inspection. So we will give you the readout.
What if they only want a half circle inspection?
You pay extra.
Okay. What? For half the work?
I just want a diameter inspection.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Boom!
Yeah, just cut right through the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Geometry.
So,
Give me the circumference, will you?
I only played that because I love that.
Yeah.
yes. So we test the battery, and it comes back bad. It was internal failure for a shorted cell, I think is what the printout was.
Nobody cares. What were the CCAs?
CCA was
125.
No, 75 or
Oh, that's horrible.
or
It's
72.
cranking amps.
Yes, or 72, very low.
Well, yeah.
So
For 500.
I send the customer their
Thank you, Ali. That was very good of you.
Yes, I send the customer their inspection, which is all digital now. It's got the inspection video attached. It's got the prices, what the part number is, that whole entire thing. They can approve or decline it from there. And of course, you know, when I was writing up this customer, I'm worried I'm going to get stranded. I just want to get this replaced, and I'd like it if your people would do it because I know it'll be done right. So we send it, and 45 seconds after I send it, I get the notification that they've responded and it's declined.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Why?
okay. And moments later, my phone rings and it's the customer. And she goes, I just don't think I need the battery at this time.
I need about 350.
And I'm all like, ma'am, with all due respect, you have enough cold cranking amps to barely turn over a Huffy bicycle. And I'm like, you really need a battery. I'm like, this car may not start when you come to pick it up.
Right.
She goes, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
mean, when you pick it up later today.
correct. I'm like, okay.
Get it towed back to the shop later.
So I,
does it happen? Does it happen?
pizza?
Yes.
Oh, it's pizza.
It's pizza. Can you sign for me, Kevin? Tip the driver.
So,
How much?
I don't care. 20%.
so I,
$5.
$5, $20, whatever.
That's not
I
20%.
know. I just realized.
So,
It's not a waiter.
foreshadowing from Eric saying, "Ooh, did it happen? Ooh, did it happen?" This lovely specimen of a woman who comes to pick up her car, and she pays for it, and she walks outside, and I walk outside with her, just because certain circumstances I like to be with the customer when I know the inevitable may happen.
And then?
And she goes,
And then
with just absolute confidence, she goes, just you wait and see, Jake. The car'll start just fine.
Oh, I can't wait for
And
this.
then-
Get to the point!
And then,
Jessica Pizza?
and then we turn and we look, and my porter gets the call. Please pick up tag so and so. He hops in, click.
Guess what?
And she looks at me, and I go, well, ma'am, it seems that your vehicle won't start. And she goes, well, that's impossible. That still had enough power to it. This car's a lemon.
Oh, God. How old is this car?
I thought you were gonna ask about the customer.
2016 or
oh,
17.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, so-
Car
That's a
with
5,
no lube
5, 6
and
year
a
old
cactus.
battery. That thing's
Dumb
dead.
cunt.
And it's the original battery, keep in mind, never
Yeah,
been replaced.
That's a very old battery. That's
So
seen its days.
she goes, it's a lemon, it's a problem. And I go, ma'am, once again, with all due respect, we let you know, and you came in, and there are notes on your repair order that are stating that you had a slow start concern. And we have your test strip that we have made a copy that is attached to your RO stating that it is very, very low cold cranking amps. And she goes, well, this is unacceptable. And I'm like, well,
This is your fault, bitch.
I'm all like, if you want, I am more than happy to have the battery replaced, or we can jumpstart the vehicle for you. I suggest you either go right to a, parts store, or, O'Reilly's, whatever you want, and you have them replace it, or or you take it straight home and you shut it off, and if you have AAA, you can do it that way. And, she leaves in a huff, and she's like, it is just unacceptable that you try and sell me something the car doesn't need, and magically it doesn't start, and it started fine up to this point.
I'm sorry.
God.
So,
Was that expensive piece?
I fucking can't. So did she have you guys jumpstart
yes,
it?
she did. Yes, she did. Of course.
Which leads me to the point that the best customers that come to dealerships are customers' dogs. Okay, so today,
I love dogs.
so do I.
Do you like dags?
Hey, do you like Dags?
Dags.
So today, I might have said something to a customer that they may have thought was offensive, and I didn't realize it until after. But she was there with her like bull terrier, super adorable dog.
Spuds McKenzie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
No.
French bulldog.
Okay,
French bulldog.
that's much different.
And so the French bulldog was in the chair, just totally chilling. And I look at the customer and I say, "Oh, those are my favorite kind of customers." And she's like, "Oh, dogs?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I just walk up the stairs and I'm thinking about like,
I just insulted that woman.
I just told her that I hate people in general.
When it boils down to, it's like, when it boils down to, that was go fuck yourself. I love your dog.
Right.
I mean,
I prefer them over you any day.
I feel
she
like
didn't seem that offended.
But she could tell. And speaking of, we can tell.
She's gonna write you a bad review.
Well, she doesn't know who you are. There was this ungrateful twait.
The dog's name was Louie.
Aw, Louis. So,
Louis.
speaking of we can tell, going off of customers and, this and that, and it's a lemon. And to anybody out there listening that might be a customer, you cannot lie to us. You can't lie to the writers, and you especially can't lie to the technicians. And let me explain in very simple terms why. It's called a witness mark. And if you don't know what that is, that means a bolt is nice and shiny and smooth and sharp on all edges when it's brand new and it is virgin and it has been unfucked with. When somebody takes out their socket and they fuck it.
This is very sexual.
Yes, there is a mark. So when you have a customer, and I've had multiple situations, but we had one.
I didn't do anything.
Exactly. We had one kind of recently. It wasn't my customer, but it was case in point. Customer bought a used Miata. First strike. Big no right there. Used Miata. You're already in trouble. Those cars are always
That's like the used Mustang or
Yes,
used Ford
they are
Focus.
always bastardized. Always
Oh, bastardized.
bastardized. So, anyways, the bastardized. The car came in with multiple concerns. I mean, an absolute laundry list. The dash flickers, the dash doesn't read properly, or the instrument cluster doesn't read properly. The screen is messed up. It's got this noise, that noise. This door doesn't sit right. The front end's misaligned, all that stuff. Hold up. So the new owner of this vehicle goes, "Well, I know that it's been in a collision." So we're like, "Okay, you're true." So you're true. You're true.
I'm sorry. I must have played that too soon.
At this point, we're like, "Okay, we've got an honest customer, one that's going to be upfront. And if you're upfront with us, we will do our absolute damnedest to help. But you got to meet us halfway." So he's like, "I know the misalignment is for this, and I know the door misaligned is because of that, and blah, blah, blah." But he's like, until recently, and he's like, all the body work has been done. He's like, granted, it wasn't the best, but I just needed it fixed. He's like, but up until about X amount of time ago, a week, 2 weeks, whatever it was, he's like, the instrument cluster hasn't had any issues, and the screens hasn't had any issues. And we're like, okay.
I got it.
So, and we ask him, is there any chance that this body shop would have needed to mess with your dash or the instrument cluster or the screen? And he's like, no, of course not. It was just front end damage. There's no reason why. And we're like, okay, it's never been touched. Okay, gotcha. So my tech goes into it and he removes the instrument cluster. And on the Mazdas, there's this weird little metal ribbon cable almost. Very, very thin piece of aluminum or steel that's used to bracket the instrument cluster, or it holds it a particular way.
Is it ribbon for like communication wires and stuff?
No, it's like real thin like a ribbon. It's it's like it's steel, but I mean it literally is super thin like a ribbon. I just call it a ribbon bracket, but that's not the proper term. And these, the minute they are touched, they warp. There's no way, they're deformed. There's no way to get it perfect again. It'll hold like it's supposed to, but it's never straight again. And we pop it off.
Just like Eric.
Let the record show he raised his hand.
Indeed.
So we take it off, and sure enough, it's deformed. And we tell the customer, okay, so your dash has definitely been removed, or the instrument cluster has been removed for whatever reason. He's like, no, it hasn't. You're wrong. And we're all like, we're not. It's got signs that it's been messed with. And he's like, what do you mean it has signs? There's no way that you can tell. And
Witness marks.
And we're like, yes, we and
Can I get a witness?
Can I get a witness? And the whole this angry and we're like exactly, and we're like, how about we show you what we mean? And we show him the car and how it's no longer straight anymore. And he goes, well, it must have deformed from the impact.
Okay.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. It must have deformed from the impact.
And he's like, but nobody has been in there. And then we go, well,
that's not warranty.
Right. And we go, well, and besides the witness marks and how it's just a couple of nicks, whoever was in this last time, one of the bolts must have been over torqued or whatever it was when putting it back in and they had to remove it. Right. This bolt right here that used to be a hexagon and it had lines, it is now a circle. And all of your edges have been...
They stripped the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's stripped the fuck out of it. It's like, this is here. So, I mean, without getting into much more, of course, it's hem and haw and huff and puff and your guys are at fault and he ended up,
fucked here. Nothing is fucked.
buying the bare minimum of what the vehicle needed to operate so that the lights went away, the instrument cluster worked properly, the screen started to work because there was a short because they had pulled the instrument cluster wrong, and we fixed that, besides the fact of the compliance bushings on the lower control arms are absolutely imploded on themselves. And
Compliance bushings?
compliance bushings.
What
Were
are
they
those?
being non-compliant?
So the big old circle that's got the bushing inside of the lower control arm, apparently those are called compliance bushings.
I've never heard them called that before.
What do you guys call them?
Ball
Control arm
joints.
bushings?
Control arm
Ball joints?
bushings.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we call them that too on
yeah.
Volkswagen.
Well, yeah, either way. But so, declines that. Outer tie rod ends declined. Front and rear brakes declined.
It's a race car, buddy. We don't need that stuff.
Alternator belt, you can see the cracks from standing up here and shining a flashlight, declined. Battery tested, bad, declined. But, the screen and the instrument cluster work. So he can see when the RPMs go vroom.
Well, at least the important stuff is taken care of.
Exactly.
It's true.
Exactly.
My goodness.
So,
Good luck if your car starts next time.
yes.
Oh my God.
He was a joke.
You want to hear a joke?
I do.
What?
Somebody has to tell a joke right now because
What's
I'm not
the
waiting any
difference?
longer.
Ready?
Sorry.
Okay. You
Jacob,
collect
don't die on
yourself.
us. Please don't
Are
die.
you feeling okay?
Nope.
Take a drink.
I'm a service advisor. I hate
Drink-
myself.
Do you want some tea? I have some.
She wants the tea bag.
You
I
get-
have some turmeric peach tea here.
You get that fucking garbage leaf water away from me.
Oh, he's trying to be all manly. Anyways, what's the difference between a dirty bus station and a lobster with a boob job?
Yeah, that's
A
complicated.
dirty bus station.
And a lobster
And a
with
lo-
tits.
Wait a minute. Dirty bus station.
Do you get that?
Wait.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I feel like I should know this. What is it?
One's a dirty bus station and the other one's a busty crustacean.
Thank you. I knew it was going to be something stupid like that. Boo. Hey, Kevin, you got any tomatoes I can throw?
It was
I thought it was so funny.
That's actually not bad.
A busty crustacean.
Would you quit encouraging her?
Stop. He's validating her for some odd reason.
He wants in your pants.
I'm gonna tell mine after
Oh,
the
I was
break.
supposed to say. I
Oh,
said it
God.
wrong. I said it wrong. One's a crusty
Bus station and
the
one's a
other's
busty crustacean.
Oh.
Wait, Mike, you have to cut all that
No.
out so I can say it properly.
No.
He's not cutting shit out. Shut up.
No.
Alaire.
You have made your bed. You get to sleep in it.
I'm sorry.
But it still was funny, you
that
guys,
one
right?
wasn't hilarious.
What's yours?
I'm gonna tell it after the break.
No,
Oh,
I want
but it says Allie and Eric's
No,
joke.
I don't know why he did that. We're
Oh,
doing
okay.
it after the break.
It's
Okay.
a joke off.
Is the body shop Mike?
Joke off.
Is body shop Mike?
But hey, Mike, is yours body shop?
If you guys aren't, then the answer is yes.
I thought it was funnier just to ask him.
Okay. Anyways, so the next topic says Mustang drivers gonna Mustang drive. Now this is a little misleading. It is, but
That every time they peel out of a car meet, they crash their car.
yes,
Shots fired.
Mustang drivers have a reputation.
Yes, they do.
Sorry to all Mustang drivers, but you do. This particular incident didn't involve a Mustang driver per se, but it did involve a Mustang. A Mustang.
I Mustang you a question.
God damn it.
So we actually had an accident today.
An accident?
An accident. And what happened was, now I will preface this story with everyone is okay. And nobody was injured.
Well, thank goodness.
Yes. So we had a technician in the shop.
That's good.
That was, oh my God. We had a tech who was working in the shop, and he was doing an update to a module in a Mustang. It was an older Mustang. It was like a 14 or something like that. Lime fucking green.
Oh, that's my car. Oh my god.
It
Oh
was
my
your
God.
it was your color.
Yeah,
it was your color.
Note Michael's Customer States podcast hat that you will see him look at the camera in right now. It is in lime green.
It is.
Customer States lime green, if you will.
Almost everything that we have is lime green. That is my
I can't imagine why.
My
Moving
jock
on.
strap is lime green.
Oh.
present it.
Can I see it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Later on. So present. I love you. So the technician was performing a. Pay attention to me.
Jacob.
The technician was performing a.
I'm doing my Wordle.
Don't give a flying fuck. We're recording, bitch.
You're on your phone. I'm better than that.
Customer
I
States
look real quick
podcast
and I put it
behind the
right
scenes.
down. Anyways, moving on. So let the record state that Lair is motioning towards the camera, calling bullshit. The technician was performing a module update. And when you perform module updates on our vehicles, and I'm sure most vehicles, you have to cycle the key probably about 40 to 50 times. From on to off, to on to off, to run, to on to off. It's so fucking annoying. So you have to be in a comfortable position.
How many times?
It varies vehicle to vehicle and the update. So
It is a lot.
this technician was sitting inside of the Mustang, and it's a manual transmission, and he went to cycle the key to the on position, and he accidentally turned it to the run position, and the vehicle was in gear,
Oops.
and it cranked and shot forward and crashed into a cabinet and the wall.
Man, nothing is fucked here.
And
Nothing
if you
is
can imagine, we're in a big cement building indoor shop, the sound that resonated through there.
So it was like a horse in a china shop?
something like that. Everybody fucking
Oh, I get it.
I was late to that party.
No, I got that.
I'm disappointed in myself.
I was about to correct him, and I was like, "Oh, it's a joke."
Pony. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mustang.
I was there.
Everybody, of course, ran over.
I was gonna ask you how many people ran.
Pointed
over.
and laughed.
No, not a single person. Not a single person laughed.
Kevin, I
He's-
can't hear that smile if that's you making that.
He's probably in his 50s. You know, he's not a young guy. He's not stupid. He's been doing this a long fucking time. He just turned that key a little too far. Luckily, you know, normally when we
Turned the
do,
key a little too far.
when some of us are doing updates, you know, we're standing outside of the car.
He sent her a
You
little
know,
too hard.
or
then.
we're halfway in and out of the car. We're never fully seated inside the car for this bullshit. Luckily for this instance, he was fully seated inside the car when it shot forward.
Jesus.
And he was fine.
The airbags didn't deploy, did
No, and there was nobody in front of the car when
God.
it shot forward.
Thank
but,
God.
there was obviously some damage to the vehicle, but everybody was okay. Sorry what happened, Efron. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad everyone else is okay. The car can be fixed, but you cannot, my friend.
Exactly.
So do not stress out about it. Things happen.
Be like a duck.
It
Let
is.
the water roll off your back.
That's
Water off a duck's back.
Oh, hey,
is
wait.
it that time already?
Wait, speaking of keys, I have a joke of my own.
Oh, go ahead.
To be clear, everybody, this is going to be...
To be clear.
So,
Was it working on its own?
speaking of keys, this is going to be a bit insensitive,
keys,
but I
keys
will
on.
let you know that I saw this video online, and it was told by a pregnant woman. So I'm making that very clear right now.
Okay.
So...
Can you be careful with what you
Of
say?
course, no, of course. Like I said, it's a little insensitive, but the only reason is I thought it was very funny.
Okay.
So, and because of the key jingle, I've been planning this. Okay, so what's worse than locking your keys in your car outside of an abortion clinic?
Oh, no, we can't say this.
It was told by a pregnant woman
Okay.
at a stand-up routine. I'm only taking it from her.
Okay.
So what's worse than locking your keys in your car in front of an abortion clinic?
What's
This joke.
Having to walk back inside and ask for a coat hanger. See, woman laughed. I'm in the clear.
I'm so disappointed in you.
She's dying.
On that note, we need to thank our sponsors.
I don't know what to do.
Everybody at this point.
It's a busty crustacean.
Jesus.
Everybody at this point, if you don't hear my joke, know that Michael removed it.
Yeah. Please
Moving
hope he
on
didn't.
To be determined.
We need to
TBD, you
thank
guys.
We need to thank our sponsors who also do not like that joke because they're
know.
good people.
Let me take a second to thank Travis Ferris. It was so good to see you today, babe. I missed
he
you
stop
so-
by?
He stopped by to say hello because he services one of the other local dealerships. It was so good to see you. I missed your face so much. Thank you so much, Travis.
Nick Lowry.
for Hit Distributing, supplying us with Justice products. Justice Brother products.
And Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools.
I'm having a stroke.
And Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. We'd also like to thank
was good
our
to see you, Nick.
buddy Ray Moon from El Ranchito.
So we're all having strokes.
Thanks, Ray from El Ranchito Shop.
Thank you to Ray Moon from
I
El Ranchito
promise.
Taco Shop. We love your creamy guac. There we go.
We're not fucking drunk. I put that on anything.
I've only had half a White Claw.
On that note, we'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Hi, Mike Serra here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust. So you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
For those of you wondering, Jacob is drumming on Allie's drumsticks.
My gams.
Your gams.
Wop, bop, bop, bop. Boodly, 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 bop.
And we're back.
Back.
You tickled me.
Welcome back to Customer States Podcast. Thank you to our sponsors and all of our listeners, of course.
Hello.
We love you very much.
Very much.
Hello.
What's up, bitches? Hello. We are fed.
Yeah, and a little sleepy.
A little sleepy. It was a carb overload. We had some pizza for dinner.
Yes.
Wangs.
And wangs.
And mozzarella sticks.
8 singular.
Yes.
Yeah, we each had one.
We each had one mozzarella stick.
We have food coma, the itis, all those.
All that jazz.
We had a pizza party.
We did.
But at the
hey.
podcast.
So, I have a joke.
Okay.
Do you?
I do.
Is it a busty crustacean?
It's definitely not. It's a crusty bustation.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, but first,
Oh, yes.
before my joke, 1, 2, 3. I came all over myself.
Oh, it's so burbly. You're gonna mess up the mic. Wait, me.
Delicious. Anyways,
Black cherry, gross.
speaking of alcohol, how do you control your liquor?
How do you control
You toss
your
it across the room.
Apparently.
How do you control your liquor? Mm-hmm. You poke her in the rear?
I think that's a punchline or a setup
Yes.
for another joke.
That's wrong joke.
I know.
No, you grab him by the ears.
See, I was close.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jacob. You weren't close. God.
Would you like me to be close?
I'm seriously like, you guys. I just want everyone to know that Jake is this close to leaving me for Eric.
I'm just waiting for him to take me to the body shop.
I'll take you to the body shop.
Well, I mean,
Let
Issa
me
thought
lick
it
your
was funny.
lollipop.
Issa did think it was funny.
so I do believe that I had hinted on this in previous episodes, but it's finally become official. And at our dealership, we had an area where there were technically 5 spots where, you know, automotive lifts could be installed that the body shop was occupying. And mathematically, we can make more money out of those stalls if there were lifts in there than what the body shop is paying us for rent. So we decided to go through with the process and, you know, kick out the body shop.
And how's that going?
It's going fantastic.
I'm like, wait, is this right? So, well, I don't know what's going on.
So in addition to freeing up the space in the body shop, which is essentially 5 bays, which 5 racks are going into, then we are also now going into another 3 racks in the dealership. So we're installing a total of 8 new bays in, 8 new lifts. Let me rephrase that. 8 new lifts throughout the dealership. And in addition to the 8 new lifts, we are also freeing up a ton of parking that the body shop was taking up through, you know, their designated area for parking to cycle the cars in and out. So no matter what.
Not like anybody listens to designated parking.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another issue. But I mean, all in all, it's a fantastic thing that we have going for us. And we're.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, this was a pet project of me and the previous service manager. You know who you are. Thank you, boss.
I think Eric knows her.
Yeah, he might.
We've mentioned her quite a few times.
I know her too. She's cool.
Okay, so
Love you, Denise.
anyway,
Why can't we love her?
we do.
Okay.
Yes,
we love you.
Yes,
We
love you.
love you.
But
Love you.
It's finally come to fruition, and so now we're actually moving forward with it. So the body shop's last day Yes.
That was exactly what I got from that.
What?
It was a bit of a retarded clap.
To everybody involved, it was a tumultuous process. But the body shop's last day to be able to be on the dealership is the 2nd of December. On the following Monday, which would be the 5th, is when their spray booths get removed. And then the following week is when the people come in to start cutting the concrete to pour slabs for the new lifts. So, I mean, you know, it was a super huge process. I'm now organizing 4 different entities to come in and do this.
Committees?
And yeah.
Where are you guys going to send your body shop work?
Same place. That was the satellite place.
I didn't know you guys used a satellite place. I thought you did all your work.
No, our place was a satellite place from another body shop.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. I'm there.
We can do body work with whoever we want to. We happen to do it with this certain place because that's just who was.
When you get into a collision.
Yes. Wait.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, come on. Why am I the only one that picked up on that? Good job, Jacob.
Thank you.
I'm not familiar with that.
So I forgot to have this added to the board, but I would like to give a shout out to Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
Pickles.
He's not Tommy Pickles. Has anyone ever called you that? You need to answer that question. Has anyone ever called you Tommy Pickles?
And is your brother's name Dill?
Is your dad's name Stu?
God.
What's the mom's name?
Dee Dee.
Yep. You're right.
Thank you.
Dee.
Tommy is a parts guy. Mm-hmm. So we have involvement with the parts department now. He asked me a very good fucking question.
A fucking question?
About the automotive industry, or what's the setup?
Is Tommy the one guy you introduced me to when we did the walkthrough? Black hair?
Black hair, don't care.
Corner of the no, he may not have been back there yet.
Okay.
Anyways, Tommy asked me a very good question, and it's for the podcast as a whole.
Do tell. Okay.
And you guys probably, well, you may have an answer for it, but I kind of like the perspective that he was giving on this. But I was telling him about the podcast, which allegedly
today, Junior,
he has began listening.
Okay.
He wanted to know if Customer States, the name that we came up with, that you guys came up with, excuse me, is it only because of the customer concern, right? Customer States, X, Y, and Z, or is it the customer's state, as in their state of mind when they come into the dealership? And we kind of chatted about it back and forth for a few minutes, but I'm like, I'm going to add this to the note.
So the original idea was for, yes?
Hold on, he's talking.
The original idea to this, at least when I brought it up to Mike and we brainstormed about it, it was the customer states as a concern. Right. Just what it all starts with, right, or where you take your deep sigh, like here we go. Right. But at the same time, it is very much evolved into both, where it is more the state of mind of the customer, or where the customer puts us. So that's actually a very fun way to look at that, where never really took a step back to look like this is where it started, but holy crap, this is where we've ended up.
Started from the bottom, now we here. Shout out to Tommy.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. That's a very
that
good
really
one.
was a deep.
It was
shower thoughts.
Yeah,
Yes.
For sure. He's a good guy. I like working with him a lot.
How do your feet smell if they don't have a nose?
Shower thoughts.
I love those little things. There's another one that I can't think of. That's like
You'll
there's a
think
lot
of
of
it
that stuff.
when you're in the shower.
Maybe. I don't know. I usually think of Jake when I'm in the shower.
Why do we have fingertips but not toe tips, but we tiptoe and not finger
fingertip.
Yeah, that's another one. I forget.
Thank you. Yes,
I forget how.
that's all the shit that I was talking
Yes,
about.
I forget how that one goes.
Oh my god, close enough, but you were kind of chasing that one a little bit.
No. Yes. Whose topic is this?
Michael's.
Chasing the dull hair?
Okay, so
Way to benefit a smooth transition.
yeah, we're known for our smooth transitions,
Indeed.
We've done some good ones. Mostly me.
no doubt.
No, those were all grasping. Like you were reaching pretty fucking far. Like I was
Hey.
pretty sure your arm was going to pop out of its socket.
I think you guys have done a
I'm
stellar
going to
job.
take you to something that we like to call an improv class, and you need to learn how to yes and me a little bit more.
I'd rather not.
Yes,
See,
and
there it is again.
where are we, Allie?
We're at the Eiffel Tower.
And what are we doing?
We're eating ice cream
And where are we eating ice cream?
at the Eiffel Tower.
No, it's at a cafe.
It's a cafe within the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
After this improv
can't
comedy
do
class.
Right. Who's in Paris?
Ooh.
Emily.
So it's been kind
Did
of
we just come up with a new segment?
Yes.
actually
we
I'm
did,
down. I'm
and
down to do an improv segment if you guys want to do it.
Oh, yes.
This whole podcast
Should we take a majority
is an improv
vote?
segment.
That's not a lie.
Oh, yes.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
The eyes have it.
Oh God! Good job, Michael.
So speaking of chasing the dollar, so we're in a very unique situation in our demographic as far as dealerships and personnel to run dealerships, and it kind of seems like we're doing a trade back and forth between the dealerships, and it's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny to see,
I know exactly where this conversation was going.
which is why I don't want to take it to that place. It's just, it was more like a public service announcement to people in the automotive industry that, you can't go chasing the dollar everywhere. People are going to run to this dealership for another $1 an hour, another $2 an hour. They're going to run to that dealership for another $1, $2 an hour. But still, at the end of the day, when you go back and apply to the other dealership because it didn't work out, or in a couple years you want to move somewhere else, or your family situation changes and you have to move somewhere else, it doesn't look good on your resume that you've worked at 8 dealerships in 8 years. People want consistency, and when you come to us and ask for a job and we hire you at this dollar rate, and then in a month or so you say, oh well, this other place is offering me this much, and we say, okay, well, we'll match and plus that, and then everything's fine, and then all of a sudden you say, well, they're counter offering me with this amount, and we say, okay, well, we'll match that and plus that, and then you say, oh, well, they're counter offering me with this amount, and you match and plus that.
Wow, that's a lot of back and forth.
It's a lot of back and forth. And again, we're just in a unique situation in our area because there was absorptions from one dealership closing, and then there's transitions. I mean, it literally feels like we're playing catch with technicians back and forth between the few
It's
dealerships.
like a revolving door.
And again, this industry is so small, and there's so few people that are certified, qualified, and good enough to do these jobs that everybody knows who everybody is. That's what's going to happen. You have a reputation, and if you have a reputation as being a good tech, that's one thing, or a service advisor, or whatever you're doing. If you have a reputation of being somebody that cycles through the automotive industry and samples every single dealership that's in your area, that's not good as well. So there's something to be said about
Well,
that.
I feel
Sorry.
like that might be a little bit of the trend of not just our industry. Because
Listen,
COVID shook a lot of stuff up as far as people working from home, and then
She's stuck in the
Is she?
cobble. Yeah.
Cobbly.
Please hold
Bleh.
while I untangle the dog.
Yeah.
Well, see, and Allie, while you're untangling,
I'm done.
just my quick 2 cents with this. It is very, very tough to base that off of somebody in an automotive industry with the whole this and the back and forth and the jumping, especially if you're a tech, because yes, at the same time, it doesn't look great, but if you have a place that offers you more where you know that you're going to be able to perform, that can outweigh the 6 jumps in the past 4 years. Now, as a service advisor or a service manager or a higher role, or say, and I don't mean to downplay myself, granted, a good service advisor is a good service advisor if they're good with customers and sales, but a service advisor is a dime a dozen position. I don't care who you are. It's like, like I said, if you're good at what you do and you're good with customers and you're good at sales, it is one thing, but I don't care how good Mr. Service Advisor is compared to a truly amazing flying colors at what you do mechanic.
Well,
I mean, you
but
know,
you can't have one without the other in a lot of instances.
so true.
And you are correct in that. But what I'm mainly going off of is you can teach anybody to be good at customer service,
to sell shit.
and to sell things.
Yeah.
You can't always teach somebody how to fix a car.
It's
let alone
mechanical hands-on skills.
let alone fixing it properly. There is a very thin line with that. Sales can be taught. It might take longer for some, or you might need to learn your own way to make it work, but sales is sales.
I mean, so let's not kid ourselves. We've all interviewed people that, you know, man,
They're just unfit.
oh yeah, you
Well,
you make me feel uncomfortable in the interview. How can you sell an air filter to somebody?
Right, and once again, some people are born with the whole entire thing of knowing how to sell. They're smooth
Gift of the gab.
and that's the thing. And you also can have people who are mechanically inclined. But when you boil it down, I can teach anybody, how to be good with customers if you're not a complete inept potato, and how to sell over time. But there are some cases where I don't care how much you teach someone. They just aren't meant to be a mechanic.
Well, it's going back to what I've talked about before. When I was supervising at the deli, one of the managers told me, because I was hiring people,
You're such a Jew.
that you can't always. You're such a mensch. That
Magigi.
you can't teach a fish to climb a tree and do a squirrel's job. Like a person, like people.
I understand what you're
I mean,
you
it's
know what I mean?
absolutely true, but I've never heard that before.
Well, thank you, Mark Hernandez.
Thank you, Mark.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink.
Well, but I like that analogy of the fish and the squirrel thing, because like some people, like the fish
Some
is
people are-
great at swimming,
some
but
people
it
are
can't get nuts from the tree, you
Some
know?
people are just out of their element.
Yeah. And you can try and teach that person or that squirrel to swim as much as you want, but it's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen the way you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big part of the job. But we kind of digress from the whole chasing the dollar thing. But
Well,
to take it back a bit, like I do feel like at some point that trend is going to fall off because the market's going to be saturated and it's not going to be as busy as it was before, because the industry always has its ups and downs. So then what is it going to look like when you go to your next dealership because your dealership shut down
Well, there's
and
a
you're
difference.
expecting the world and they just can't give it to you anymore? The bubble is going to burst at some point. I hope it's not soon for all of you guys.
I mean, so the amount of money that's
And girls.
being thrown around right now in our area is like ridiculous amounts of money. And I mean,
Yeah, I've
It's-
seen some crazy amounts recently.
it's good for the people that are getting it and are taking advantage of that. But again, that's just not like within my personality to be again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but chasing the dollar. You know, I have gotten numerous job offers for ridiculous amounts of money, and have not jumped on them because, you know, I want to make what I have work. I want to make this thing happen, and to me, I understand why people are doing it. And, you know, if somebody offers you more money to do the same job somewhere else and it makes sense to you, do it, I guess. But, you know, when we beat your current offer, and then you come back and you tell us that, oh, this other person gave you more money, but you really want to work with us, but this other person is offering you more money. I mean, that's a hard situation, you know, like how can you present that to us?
Well, I have another question. Like, how do you know that offer is truly being given?
Proof.
Yeah.
Oh, you ask.
Yeah. We had proof the third time that this came back and forth, which again is one of the reasons why this topic is even on there. Is it wasn't like a one-time thing. It wasn't that we offered somebody something and then they got a counter offer. It was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it was like at the last point, like, so is this person just trying to milk us with some BS, or
he's playing both of you?
Well, okay, so that's why we requested proof of the offer from last time. And I mean, you know, again, business,
it's like a bidding situation.
It is exactly a bidding situation. And so one of the things that I told my general manager that, you know, kind of helped get us around this thing is that, listen, we shook the technician tree. Nothing fell off. And so we have to keep the people that we have right now. That's where we're at.
It also has to do with how your life is in the background. It's like, not everybody.
Like the work-life balance situation.
The current market price is at that, you know, and that's where we are.
Well, and not even the work-life balance so much. It's what is going on in your life. Is it the place that you're at for less money? Are you comfortable where you're at? Is the money that you're making, you can live a decent life? Is it something that, you know, that money isn't going to make or break? Is your lifestyle choices? Is the bills you have to pay? Do
you have to drive way further to go to this place?
The goals that you're trying to strive for. It's like, are those to hit those goals and do what you need and live the life? Do you need the extra money? Or the life that you have, are you comfortable? Do you not need it? Would you prefer to stay at where you're at and, like Mike said, make it work? But not everybody, like, that's the thing. It's like there's so many different factors that go into play with those decisions.
Right.
Like, you know, how Eric said, it's like he lives a certain life and that's what he likes to live. So where he went, the puzzle pieces sat into place. Mike, his puzzle pieces were already set, and that's why he stayed. There isn't a missing piece. Eric's piece was missing. He found it at the new place, and at the time being, his picture's complete. Mike's picture doesn't need completion. It's where it needs to be at the moment.
That's always a hard thing to juggle, especially when you have, again, in our area specifically, we have this crazy like void and vacuum that's occurring in the fact that we have, you know, one dealership is changing ownership, another dealership is getting closed down, and then we have another dealership that's also going through different ownership. What is Kevin making right now? Oh, he's making it with a smile.
And that's his O face, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the YouTube video.
That was fucking fantastic.
For those of you that couldn't see it, yeah, Kevin came in and shook a shaker.
Kevin, you need to be in infomercials.
He was.
With that, why?
He was.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Really?
Shake weight.
Oh, God.
The one that has the cooling mist afterwards?
Yes.
And the cab fare.
And the cab fare.
Oh my God.
Watch South Park. You'll
No, he doesn't know that.
I've never watched South Park.
That's what that's from. But we were, just to add to why Kevin came in and did that, because we were joking about the
I never knew that, by the way.
Yes.
About what?
when you're shaking.
Yeah. So the whole thing with the shaker is that you have to have a smile on your face. Do you want to explain it?
So I used to be in the hospitality industry,
Which I think is hilarious.
we had a professional mixologist come in because I used to manage bars, and this mixologist, when she was teaching us the basics, she was reminding everyone that when you're shaking the shaker for the customer's drink, to remember to smile. Always smile in front of the customers. Mind you, this was a business and first class lounge at the airport, so these customers they have high expectations.
Hoity-toity.
Guys, silly?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna send it.
So she would remind everyone, don't forget to smile when you're shaking. And everyone would always forget to smile. And so how she got everyone to remember to smile was to tell them that most people, when they're shaking the shaker, they go into this mode and their face just changes, and that is 9 times out of 10 their O face. And needless to
Are
say,
you listening to this, Kevin?
needless to say, every employee after that always remembered to smile when
It's
shaking the
stuck.
shaker. And now I'm forever tainted. Whenever I see a bartender shaking a shaker, I look and I'm like, oh, that's kind of hot.
Next
That's
time,
the face they make.
next time I go to a bar, I'm going to pay close attention to that.
You need to make sure they have a very casual face.
Right.
got to
Oh,
say,
then when
that's
they're
what
one
I
of those
appreciate about
silent comers, then it's just absolutely embarrassing. Sorry for you.
I'm sorry. We do not love that for you.
We don't. No, not at all. But wow, that conversation ended
Jokes.
kind of like lightning.
Yeah,
It was a bit of a casualty.
it was.
It was.
I think we should update them with the.
It was a trifecta.
Let it be known that the next topic is called Lightning Casualty Updated.
Indeed. Touching back on the topic that I talked about last week about the Lightning that Ford Lightning that my apprentice backed into in the shop. I was correct. The scratch came out with just some rubbing compound, and it was as good as new. There was no extensive damage. There was no dent. There was no body shop needed. Everything was fine. The technician that blew everything up also decided to squash it. And he apologized for his reaction.
Really?
And there was a whole meeting and the whole... it was kind of annoying, really.
You mean the corporate jerk off?
Well, it wasn't even corporate because it's not a corporate company. But
Sorry, corporate circle jerk.
well, it wasn't even that. To be honest, oh, God. I was going somewhere with that and I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Anyways... We were past... Yes, thank you. Why did that... Oh, my God. I'm right back on track. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We were already past it. Like, I was already carrying on about my day. He was already carrying on about his day. We were just like, whatever, moved on. But it was needed to have the discussion to clear the air. I'm like, the air's already clear. What the fuck ever.
Well, I guess they needed it.
We went and sat down in a room and talked for all of 2 minutes and was like, okay, is this good? You're good? I'm good. Okay, can we move on? Bye. Yep. And everything was fine. Like I said, the truck was not damaged to the point needing major repair. So
No damage.
no, the Lightning.
Omelette du damage.
Oh, that was French.
It's she
I
was,
want to know
Tish,
what it
that
is.
was French.
yeah, omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Literally
Fromage
cheese
is
omelet.
cheese.
It's a cheese omelet.
I was gonna say fromage is cheese.
Anybody who loved Dexter
Yes.
back in the day.
Yes.
Dexter's
When-
laboratory.
I don't remember her. Oh, sorry.
Dexter said that.
Omelette
well-
du fromage.
Well, that's Dexter's Laboratory. When you say Dexter, I think of the TV show.
Ah, yes. Dexter's
actually-
Laboratory.
Also a good TV show.
I've never seen it.
Fucking
Should I watch
fantastic.
it?
Michael
You've
C.
never
Hall.
seen Dexter?
I haven't.
You need to
my
watch
goodness.
it.
I
It's
know
okay.
it's the guy who
fantastic.
kills people.
Automotive
Yes.
podcast.
Or what the fuck ever. It's a fantastic fucking TV
It is
show.
a great TV show.
Back to French. If you want to seem fancy, if you're at a French restaurant or anywhere else,
You say oui oui.
or to ask for the check, it is l'addition, s'il vous plaît.
L'édition,
L'édition.
s'il vous plaît.
The check, please.
French wenches.
I took 1 year of French in high school.
Did you?
Did.
I took a very important language in high school. I took ASL.
Age,
Can you
sex,
read
location.
this?
I can.
Age, sex, location.
Oh my god. What a fucking pull.
Hello, AOL Instant Message.
That's it right there.
Aim.
Yeah.
Who else fell down that wormhole?
Wow.
Say, that's
All
what I
the
appreciate
memories.
about you.
So
If you don't know what we're talking about, you are a fetus.
if she doesn't know what you're talking about, she's too young
Too
for
young.
you.
Yeah. Seriously, no
So,
cap.
before we end this, important, we need to thanking, our listeners and our sponsors. We have to thank our veterans.
We do. And congratulations to all of the people who had the day off today.
Yeah.
Not any of us. We all worked because we're in the automotive industry.
Happy
Yes.
birthday to the Marine Corps.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you for everyone who was a veteran. Thank you so much
Joe,
for your
thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Joe Ray?
Yeah, I know. He has some good stories.
Yes, he does. Because he's an old man.
He was in Vietnam.
He wasn't in Nam. He was in he was in Korea.
Oh, he was in Korea. That's right.
The Korean
I
War.
pay attention.
Oh Lord.
Thank you to all who have served.
Annyeong haseyo.
What?
What is that?
Oh,
Annyeong
that's
haseyo.
Korean.
Yeah, that's Korean for hello, how are you?
Oh,
Annyeong
I can
haseyo.
count to 10 in Korean.
Yes, you
Do
can.
it.
prove it.
And we talked about this.
Yes,
right?
we
I
have.
want to hear it.
You don't remember?
Did you do it on the podcast?
I did
Yes.
do it on the podcast.
Do it again.
Uno, dos, tres.
Hana, do, set, yet, dase, yase, igo, yodo, aha, yo.
Nicely done.
Yes.
So
감사합니다.
Itadakimasu.
why do you know this?
Oh,
Japanese.
Before we go to
That is a very interesting question, and I thank you for asking that question. Legitimately, I'm not being facetious at all. I learned how to count in Korean when I took Taekwondo when I was just a wee lad.
Oh.
And I mean, I was like less than 10. And for some reason, that stuck. It stuck my entire life
Well,
in my
your
head.
brain is most elastic when you're a child. Like, that's why they say always.
yeah, before all the drugs,
learn,
Eric.
I'm pretty flexible now.
But not your brain.
Wham, wham.
And with that,
With that, we say 감사합니다.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to end the podcast.
We should look.
Thank you to our sponsors, Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, supplying us with Justice Brothers products.
Yes, and Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools supplying us with those
Matco Tools.
with the fantastic products in Milwaukee.
Indeed. Thank you also to...
Thank you to Raymond from Ranchito Taco
I
Shop.
need to redeem myself. Thank you to Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop in Lake Elsinore. With
And
the
for
creamy guac.
we
That shit that we'll never
we
have.
also want to thank Nick.
We thank Nick.
No, not different Nick. Nick from the fancy car dealership.
Oh,
Oh,
Nick B.
yes.
Oh, yes.
okay. Nick, I miss you.
Nicky.
Come pick me up, baby.
We also want to thank Dale.
Yes.
Norm.
Happy belated birthday, Sean.
Sean, happy belated birthday. We will see you soon. I'm going to travel out to your state of residence soon. And yeah, I mean, everybody else, we can't do this without you. So
Yes.
continue to send in your listener mail suggestions.
Reach out to us
and
on the socials.
topic ideas, customerstatespodcast@gmail.com.
Talk shit.
customerstatespodcast.com, where you can buy our merchandise.
Merchandise.
And yeah, Customer States Podcast.
Spaceballs the flamethrower.
Send us your feedback, your stories, your all that good
Pretty
stuff.
sure we said that already.
And with that, we say,
God damn it, Jake.
당신을 사랑합니다.
And that means
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.